Good morning. This is WSLS 10, Virginia Today at 6.
The roads are going to be treacherous.
After a day of snow, much of the Commonwealth now covered in ice. How crews are working to clear the slick roadways, likely causing a messy commute this morning.
Plus, one of several family members facing charges in connection to the Lyon sisters' investigation going before a judge. The plea he's expected to enter in court.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on Virginia Today here on WSLS 10. I'm Jenna Zibton.
And I'm Patrick McKee, and we are still dealing with this messy winter weather here and across much of the eastern seaboard, and it's creating some widespread power outages this morning. On the heels of an extreme freeze across the Northeast this weekend, another storm system is moving from the Midwest over to the east.
More than 85 million people expected to endure all of this snow and freezing rain, so we're in good company.
Yes.
We have live team coverage with what you need to know, but first, let's check in with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Christina Montori. Christina, we are in the thick of it this morning.
We really are. We are seeing the most dangerous conditions this morning. The snow was yesterday, but the ice is causing a huge problem this morning. We have slick roads out there. We have power outages due to that ice really accumulating on those trees and power lines. We have area-wide heavy rainfall right now, and where you're seeing the pink shading, that's where we're seeing most of the ice this morning. Roanoke, Lynchburg area seeing a lot of that. We're also seeing a bit in South Side, especially in towards Martinsville. The heavy rain really towards eastern Franklin and also western Pennsylvania County, where you're seeing a lot of this red shading as well. We do have a flood advisory in effect for Bland, Wythe, Smith, Grayson, and we also have a flood advisory that just took effect for some of our eastern counties as well. We'll be giving you those updates here in just a minute. That just came down. We are going to see those icy roads through the morning hours. Heading into the afternoon, we will see a slight warm up. Those power outages, we're already seeing those across the region, and we can continue to see those. All right, I'm reading your aerial flood advisory right now, just issued for the city of Martinsville, Franklin, Henry, Pennsylvania counties. This will be in effect until 12:45 this afternoon. Patrick and Jenna.
Thanks so much. We have a lot to talk about in time saver traffic this morning. We start in Roanoke County, where officers are at the scene of a tractor trailer stuck on southbound Franklin Road at Webb Road. Traffic currently backed up over 1 mile. Efforts to clear the scene, they say, are hampered by these icy and slick conditions. You are asked to avoid this area and take alternate routes.
Then in Botetourt County, Interstate 81, the ramp onto Route 11 at mile marker 162 in Buchanan, that ramp is closed and expected to stay closed for an extended period of time, according to VDOT, until a tractor trailer can be unloaded and then moved. And
state police warning about falling trees on the interstate. There are several reports of trees that have fallen on Interstate 81 in Roanoke County at the 135 and 143 northbound mile markers due to ice. And with all of this ice, we are seeing thousands of power outages this morning. Currently, the numbers sit at nearly 25,000 people without power.
Franklin County at 7,800. We're seeing 2,600 in Henry County. And then as we move into the Roanoke Valley, for Roanoke City and County combined, around 10,000 customers, approaching 10,000 customers there without power this morning. Appalachian Power spokesperson Teresa Hamilton Hall is joining us live on the phone. Teresa, tell us what's going on right now. We see these numbers. They've jumped to thousands since we talked to you about half an hour ago.
Well, your numbers are correct. Right now, we are looking at approximately 25,000 outages in Virginia. Most of those, as you said, are in the Roanoke, Rocky Mount, and Fieldale areas. The outages, of course, are weather-related due to ice weighing down the trees and power lines. We're getting reports of down power lines and blown fuses, and we may have some transformer issues out there, too.
So we're looking at the Highway 220 corridor as kind of being the worst areas. Once the power goes out, Teresa, folks really want to know, when's it going to come back on? Is it too early to say yet?
Yes, it is too early to say. We've got, with 25,000 outages, that's quite a few outages. And with that many, it's really hard to say until our crews get out into the field more and assess the situation and see what needs to be done to restore power.
And you were prepared for this ahead of time and brought in some extra crews to help with this storm system.
Right. We knew that ice was a very real possibility with this storm, and resources are in place from across Appalachian Power to get the power back on. Employees and contract crews from the areas in Appalachian Power unaffected will be here to help with restoration efforts.
And Teresa, folks may not realize just how important it is for them to report their outage if it happens to them. Why is it so important that when the power goes out for them to give Appalachian Power a call?
Well, the outage numbers are steadily climbing this morning and will probably continue to increase as people wake up and realize that their power is out. Always report your outage, as you said. Never assume that we know the power is out in your neighborhood. We need at least a call to make us aware.
Okay, Teresa Hamilton Hall with Appalachian Power this morning. Thanks, Teresa. Well, warmer temperatures and the rain we're seeing right now, it is leading to some flooding, especially on roadways.
WSLS sends Aaron Brookshire continuing our live team coverage this morning from Roanoke County. Aaron, give us an update on what you're seeing.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, it is really bad out here. The rain coming down really quickly, several inches of standing water all around us at this point in the parking lot, and things on the road even worse. We literally just got back from flooding. We were following on Route 220. I want to go ahead and show you some video of that. We headed out to Route 220 just past 419. So just a few, half a mile away, we are seeing really deep water there, 2 feet deep or more. Vehicles going through, SUVs, fire trucks, all having issues with that deep standing water. So if you are heading out, avoid that area altogether. Crews are working to get things like this cleared up. We saw Roanoke City crews out just a little bit earlier, working to get another area at the corner of Wanju and Franklin Road cleared up. So keep in mind, things on the roads looking really bad. Many of these just looking like small puddles end up being extremely, extremely deep.
In the case of our night shift, obviously they need to alter their sleep schedules, and that is certainly something that's difficult for them to prepare for, but I think they do the best they can because they recognize that they are out there for extended periods of time.
And certainly, as he mentioned, those crews out working overnight, still working into this morning, and will likely be working again throughout the day today with all of this flooding. Now, coming up in our next half hour, we'll have more video, more on what crews are doing to make sure the roads are safe for you. But if you don't have to head out today, don't head out, because this flooding is going to be a major issue as the rain continues throughout the morning. Live in Roanoke County, I'm Aaron Brookshire, WSLS 10.
All right, Aaron, thanks so much. In the Allegheny Highlands, the snow, it was a little lighter than expected. That area ended up on the lower end of the forecast, getting about 6 inches overall. But that packed snow on roads and ice, well, as you can imagine, driving becoming treacherous because of it. WSLS 10's Rob Manch joining us live this morning in Covington with the very latest on conditions there. Rob, good morning.
Good morning, Patrick. Well, you know, the rain keeps coming. It's been going for about an hour here in Covington, and the real concern is, you know, not those main roads anymore, because we're actually above freezing, so ice isn't too bad out here, but on those secondary roads where that packed snow, like you said, and that ice is still there, definitely still a concern for drivers this morning. Now, earlier we said that VDOT reported an accident over on I-64. That has been cleared up at this time, so no real problem for drivers here, but it's still dangerous, driving conditions in terms of visibility because of this rain. It's also difficult for VDOT crews that have been battling this storm since 7 o'clock Sunday night here in Covington. It's washing all of the salt and brine solution off the roads, so if the temperature drops below freezing, ice could become a major factor. But of course, we will continue to keep you updated with all of the conditions here in the Covington area. But if you can avoid or even delay that morning commute this morning, it would be advisable because of this rain and because, like I said, of that packed snow and that ice that's still very prevalent on those secondary roads. In Covington, Rob Manch, WSLS 10.
Thanks, Rob. A reminder, download our Storm Team 10 news and weather apps, especially because we are starting to see those power outages climb. Those include school closings, delays, travel conditions, and all the latest breaking news information.
And also, we're streaming our newscast there as well. You can watch it there or also on our website at WSLS.com.
So if you're watching right now, charge your phone.
Absolutely.
Find your
Keep that
flashlight.
charged.
And cross your fingers that you're not one of the people that loses power.
Let's hope for the best. As we turn now back to your forecast here at 6:09, and Christina is talking about a warm-up that can't get here soon enough. Christina, when are we going to see these temperatures above 32 degrees?
In just about a couple of hours here. Most of us are already above 32 degrees, but we are still right at freezing in Roanoke, Lynchburg, and around Martinsville. But we continue to see that southerly flow taking shape, more warm airs pushing in. We still have just about every type of precipitation we can. We have snow showers in some of our western counties, mainly in western Bland and Tazewell counties. That will be tapering off here shortly. Most of us are dealing with heavy liquid rain showers, and we still have a little bit of that frozen precipitation that you're seeing in the pink. Right now, Roanoke seeing that, Lynchburg seeing a little bit, even just south of Bedford into the Smith Mountain Lake area. Martinsville, you are seeing most of that freezing rain right now and into Oak Level, Sandy Level, Price seeing that as well, especially right along 220. We will continue to see that icing again for the next couple of hours, and then it's all rain. The rain already causing some flooding issues. Until 8:45, we have a flood advisory in effect for Bland, Smith, Grayson, Wythe, and Tazewell counties. We also have a flood advisory that was just issued for eastern Franklin County, Henry County, and also western Pittsylvania County. And this will go until 12:45. Some areas that will experience some of that minor flooding: Union Hall, Chatham, Laurel Park, Sandy Level, and the Martinsville area. We'll continue to see the potential for that flooding, especially in our eastern counties. That's where we're holding on to most of that rain through about 8 this morning. 8 this morning, we already have some clearing taking shape in the Roanoke Valley, parts of Hillsville, even in western Greenbrier County. After 10 o'clock this morning, we are going to be in the clear for any more precipitation. We'll still likely have those power outages. We'll still have a little bit of flooding going on, but nothing else will be falling after about 10 this morning. Heading into the evening, still in the clear, but overnight, right around midnight, we have a clipper swing through, and that will bring us a little bit of a light mix south of 460. This doesn't stick around long, and temperatures will be a little bit too high for any of that to stick. Heading into tomorrow morning, we will continue to see some gradual clearing. By tomorrow afternoon, more sunshine. Temperatures this afternoon fairly comfortable, upper 40s for us. Lynchburg south side even reaching those 50s this afternoon. We'll stay in the mid to upper 40s through our Friday, and then we jump into the 60s for daytime highs for our Saturday and our Sunday. Now, we continue to have the threat for that flooding, mainly east of the Blue Ridge Parkway. A lot of that is because of just poor drainage, all of the snow and ice just blocking that rain from flowing through.
And I know one thing we're going to have to watch out for tonight is that refreeze potential,
Yes.
with those temperatures heading down into the upper 20s.
Very
so
true.
Tomorrow morning, we may be talking about icing yet again.
Take a live look from Covington this morning, where they saw snow and ice as well. Stay with us. We're back in just 3 minutes.
Storm Team 10 weather brought to you by Aaron Periodontics and Dental Implants, with offices in Roanoke,